My friends Anurag, Karan and all my friends here in the audience, I must say that when we think of Women's Day, uh, that's one occasion in which we are celebrating the power which God has bestowed on us. And I've been reading all kinds of things since yesterday. I was actually critically analyzing a book which was on Savitri Phule, and I felt so much of misinformation is there in the book, including a story about Fatima. Even if that story had come, we could have written like a fiction which would have sort of addressed it, but they perpetuated fiction like the reality. But when it comes to women, I always tell everyone that look at the Indian story. An Indian story not from now. Obviously, many wrongs exist today, but we are trying to correct it. Many wrongs have happened to us as people, as civilization, as country, as culture. And we have normally, anyone when you're going through the difficult phase, people at the lowest step of the ladder are the ones who get impaired and impacted the most. And there are two philosophies which Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay ji, one of the leaders within the BJP and RSS background, gave was Antyodaya and Ekatmanavad. So Antyodaya is the rise of the last person in the last row. And Ekatmanavad is that, which is in English we can say integral humanism, that as humans we are not alone, we are not the only people, we are connected through various things, individual, family, community, state, nation, international. We are all connected, and even with the animate and inanimate objects we are connected. We are connected to water, we are connected to mountains, we are connected to stones, mines, everything as in existence is interconnected. And this interconnection and this Ekatmanavad, rising of the last person in the last row, will make world a happier place. The two philosophies need to merge and work with each other. So when you look at these philosophies, these are the philosophies which are based on ancient wisdom which this country has produced. This country never distinguished between men and women. Purodha is a word which is used that women should run their cities, is what has been inscribed. A lot of people say a lot of things about Manu and Manu Smriti. So I say, there is a quote in Manu, and there are many other Smritis. Manu is not the only Smriti, there are 50 different Smritis. And Smriti is memory, and different people, whatever memory they have, they just put that down, of running the law and order of a particular society. So, yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devta, the next line is very interesting. Yatraya na pujyate tat phalam kriya, which means where, everybody knows the first line, that where women are worshipped, the devtas stay there. That means the happiness, prosperity, peace. But where they are not worshipped, all the kriyas, all the things that you do, all the activities you engage in, you will never be able to achieve your goal. This is also written in Manusmriti. But nobody will talk about it. And when Manusmriti is compared with today's time and age, I always look at them, I say, the time span that person's talking about. 4th century AD. What was the world like at that time? 2nd century AD. You have Natya Shastra, which is 2nd century BC. You have Vedas are the oldest literature in the world. And in that, you have 27 women authors. The most important text has 27 women authors. So if there was any discrimination of or against women, why would you get them as writers, authors of Vedas, which is the most pious form of literature? You have women who were the teachers, means not just the Guruvine, means the wife of the Guru, but in their own right Guru. You have women who are warriors, and I always quote the example that first time when we were enslaved, or the attempt to enslave us had come. It didn't come from the British. They were the last ones. But the first attempt came from the Portuguese, which was 1400 something, 1438 or 48 or 38, around that period, like middle of the 15th century. And you know who did they come across? They come across a woman ruler called Rani Abakka in the region which is present-day Karnataka, Mangalore, and that region. And that woman not only stalled the Portuguese attempt, but destroyed their ships. Normally the word used is Agni Ban, that's the last person who used that technology. But Agni Ban is what? I mean, if you look at Agni and Ban, means this is more like a missile technology which got used, and the wooden ships were destroyed. And then the entire battle was to control the seas. Usually Indians were very good at trading, and traders were the ones who were controlling the business of the seas. Europeans wanted to control that trade, and so their navy, the merchant navy, was sponsored by the kings and the queens. So she herself came forward and said that here on, the state will participate in the merchant navy. We will run the ships, because merchants by themselves get looted and their ships get destroyed. So state will run the merchant navy for carrying on the trade, and we will control the seas for the trading purpose. Now imagine if this country had any discrimination-based order. Would a woman rise to be that? Would a woman get trained in the, I always say leadership is not something which, of course, people say some people are born leaders. I agree with that. You need to have some qualities to be a leader. But the qualities get sharpened and harnessed when you get training, when you get opportunity. And that training and opportunity is what we are here for. Celebrating that training, celebrating that opportunity which my women friends have got in their life to rise up in their careers, to rise up in their domain, to do well. And that opportunity is what we as women seek. We are not saying give us this, give us that because I'm a woman. Sorry. I always say, I said, don't give me anything because I'm a woman. Give me things, and that also respect first and foremost, because I deserve it. I stand for it. And if I have dignity and respect with me, rest I'm capable of achieving and getting myself. And that's what I think I can speak on behalf of all the ladies who are sitting in the audience, because this is the only desire we persist with. Because we have complete trust and faith in our ability. So leader and the men folk who are here and men folk who are there to support us also have complete faith and trust in our ability. And when people say, what are the challenges of being in politics? I say the challenges are the same as living a life. Because no matter what field you choose to work, the challenges will remain. Conspiracies will happen. There will be people who are not envious. There are people who are jealous. There are people who try to pull you down. That will happen no matter what you do in life. And you learn how to deal with that because you've learned to step out and step up. So stepping up, stepping out will teach you many things. And all that women seek is opportunity and respect. I think respect, dignity, and opportunity are the three key words which we all seek. We do not expect anything else from anyone because we have complete faith in ourselves that we are capable people, we are hardworking people, we are sensible people. We will do things, work ourselves completely, immerse ourselves completely in the task which is assigned to us because we want to prove ourselves. We want to prove ourselves not just equal but better. And because we have a target of proving ourselves better, we will put in everything with our heart and soul. And that's the recognition we seek. And on behalf of ladies, I can always say that when you take women as part of your team, the success rate goes a multiple of X because you have a different mindset in the team. And that mindset will bring different ideas. Because if I keep repeating myself, I get nothing fresh on the table. For getting fresh ideas, you need different people to communicate with each other. And that communication, I feel women are blessed to communicate better. And since you're all in the field of PR, that is nothing but communication. Not only about yourself, but PR about product, PR about a plan, executing a plan, setting up a product, communicating to others, understanding the needs of the community, how to touch the right subject, how to pitch the right person, product, etc. I think women will have that third eye, that inkling or the sixth sense. That inkling, that intuition will help them sell the product better. And I'm not saying only from the profit perspective, from kindness perspective as well. From the perspective of hitting the right note. And that right note, that right nerve is so important for any business, for any work, for any field of choice that we choose ourselves to work in. And that's where the quality comes. The quality of the product comes from the quality of people who are handling it. And to have women as part of the teams makes sense from the competence and efficiency perspective as well. Whenever people try to have biases, and bias to the extent that women need to fit a certain size, look a certain way, and only then you will consider them happening or right or whatever. And I remember having that conversation with a young girl, and some foolish person had made some foolish remark about women in torn jeans or something. And everybody came running to me. What do you have to say on this? I said, absolutely nothing. It's such a culture thing. But I do not rate women empowerment or their achievement by the way they dress at all. If they are happy wearing a torn jeans, it's their business. They're happy wearing a sari, it's their business. They're happy wearing trousers, it's their business. I will not judge a person on the basis of a dress. I'll judge a person of what she brings on the table when she opens her mouth. And that's what will give me a hint of what that personality type is all about. I said, I appreciate all these women with the flowers, the veni in their head, my size, wearing saris, but running the missile program of this country. or running Mission Mars, or making COVID vaccines. For me, that is empowerment. Or wearing their overalls, holding a wrench in their hand, and setting up a vehicle, getting under the vehicle and, working with an aeroplane or working with any big machine. For me, or being an auto driver, or being a truck driver. For me, these are the areas of empowerment. Because I'll judge a person's empowerment by the skills that person possesses. And that skilling aspect is so important. Because that person is not what the person was born with. That person has put in hard work, polished herself to be where she is. And that's what matters to me. That how much you're willing to work upon yourself. घिसाई जिसको कहते हैं. कितना जिंदगी में काम किया घिसाई की कि आज आप उस पोजीशन पे बैठे हैं. And for me, that is what makes a person, or especially a woman, because if you look at the gender roles or gender discrimination, the discrimination is on the basis of skills. So women cook food most of the time at home. But most of the chefs are men. Why? Women are very good at gardening. Most of the home gardens and farming communities, women are the farmers who are doing all the hard work, a lot of hard work. But when you look at a farmer who has to raise a loan or buy an equipment, you see a man. And most of the Malis, with CPWD, with NDMC, with DDA, with all of these agencies, are men. Why? That's where discrimination happens. And that's what we need to bridge. So if we have to bridge this gap of perception, skill is where we need to start testing people for, and we need to work with. And thus judge people not by their dress, not by the looks, not by the way a person conducts himself, but by the skill that person possesses. The power of the brain and the hands and the eye coordination is where we need to judge a person with, because that's what will bring efficiency. And that principle applies equally to men and women. Another example which I gave is that, a lot of people have certain associated qualities with gender. Oh, she's a woman, so she will be very polite and kind. Right? Do you agree? No? You will see women who are so damn tough, yeah? And you will see men who are very polite and kind. Agree? You agree with me, right? Oh, she's a woman, so she must be not corrupt or less corrupt. Yeah? I don't want to share the names. But I know women who are absolutely corrupt. And I know men who are so damn honest and upright. Whole lot of them. Oh, she's a woman, so she must be very timid. Oh, he's a man, so he must be very brave. Like, damn. I know men who are so timid, and I know women who are so brave. And that's where I stop. So for me, as I have been taught from my childhood, the qualities of a person are qualities of a person. Gender has got nothing to do with it. And we have to respect a person, irrespective of the gender, for the qualities that person possesses. And for respecting all the women who possess that quality, we are here to celebrate all those women. My best wishes to everyone who's present here, and may God bless, and all the good men who have chosen to be part of this club. You're more than welcome, and we look up to you also for participation. Because, it's not just a word. I always say there are enough good men in the world. We only need to know who they are, knock at that door for getting their support. To look at men as exploiters, as XYZ, is not my state of feminism. My state of feminism is the Indian state of feminism, where men and women as society, we participate equally and get our due. I do not want women to reach positions who don't deserve it, who are not capable of handling it, and I don't want men to reach the positions who they don't deserve or disrespect women. Absolutely not. That's not the way this country is made. We want equality for all, and we want deserving people to reach deserving places. So respect for meritocracy, respect for hard work, and respect for the skills a person possesses is what this Women's Day is all about. And we are here to celebrate all the capable women who've produced results by working hard and efficiently working this culture, taking this country forward. And I always say, I said this country's culture is a very feminine culture. We value feminism. We value all the right things, and that is why it is not Father Bharat, it is Bharat Mata. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.